Buried in a pet cemetery. Oh man, so as you guys can see, I finally got around to watching Pet Sematary the other night, and I didn't realize how many WTF moments this film has in it. So I'm like, this is gonna be great, right? There's gonna be zombie dogs coming to life and like eating people, like digging up people with their zombie claws and fetching human arms and stuff. No such luck. It starts out with a family moving into a new house, a doctor's wife, their 5-year-old kid, and like their 2-year-old son, 5-year-old daughter's beloved cat, okay? What's great about the house is that there's a busy road in front of it, lots of fast diesel trucks barreling down it. Always a great mix with your young kids, playing in the yard. On second thought, this guy, he's a doctor, he's career-oriented. Maybe he didn't really want children to begin with, so it's all planned to let the trucks take care of them, if you know what I mean. Splat. For a horror movie, this family sure does rack up their frequent flyer miles. The wife's always flying off, apparently to visit her family, which has a beef with the husband, which is never really explained. So he stays home, and while she's out, sure enough, bam, the cat is hit by a truck, and the old guy across the street is like, listen, I know what we can do. We're going to take care of this, and your daughter, she's not going to miss her cat. So he takes the doctor to the pet cemetery with an S, and I'm thinking, all right, here we go, cat zombie. But no, they keep it going to the Indian burial ground behind the pet cemetery. We do some voodoo stuff, and bam, the cat comes back to life before the wife and kids get home. And I'm like, no, now here comes a zombie cat. Wrong. I've seen cats in real life that are more pissed off than this ferocious feline. It's like hisses, and a couple of times it's supposed to be the embodiment of Satan. And actually, that would be a cool movie. A cat possessed by Satan, by a demon, they have to perform an exorcism on it. But how do you get the cat in a nightgown? Anyway, things get weird because the doctor, he just moved into this town, and now there's like a guy in a car accident, and he doesn't know, and this guy dies, and he warns him and stuff. Next, the young 2-year-old dies, and blah, blah, blah. The dad tries to bring him back to life from the dead in the cemetery, or should I say the Indian burial ground, which is awesome because there's going to be a killer kid. Oh man, that's a whole other topic. I love killer kids. It's like when you're a kid and you get to kill and you don't get locked up. You get a murder freebie.
You're thinking thoughts. That's not thoughts.
Overall, the movie does not deliver on horror, but does deliver on WTF. So you haven't seen it, check out this for that reason. Now, one thing I'd like to point out. This was a fairly mainstream Stephen King movie back in the day. And shockingly, it has a lot of similarities with the legendary Troll 2. If you're not familiar, Troll 2 is considered the best, worst movie of all time, on par with The Room and Transformers 2. It's about a family who are taking a trip to the country to visit a small town called Nilblog, goblin spelled backwards, but are plunged into a nightmare as they are relentlessly pursued by vegetarian goblins who turn people into plants before they eat them. Okay, the similarities. First off, there's no Pet Sematary in Pet Sematary, okay? Yeah, they bury some cats and dogs and a hamster in a cemetery, but it's not really about a pet cemetery. It's about an Indian burial ground. Much like how there are no trolls in Troll 2, there are goblins. Second, friendly ghost. In Pet Sematary, a car crash victim starts helping the doctor, giving him advice. In Troll 2, dead grandpa. In both movies, the friendly ghost has nothing to do with the main plot of the film. Number 3, the daughter has a weird telepathic ability to know what's going on with the cat.
I dreamed he got hit by a car and you and Mr. Crandall buried him in a pet cemetery.
In Troll 2, okay, this is a stretch. There's a leader of a cult that uses his power to banish the dead grandpa back to hell.
As for you, old man, go back to your kingdom of shadows. I order you the sacred power of the magic stone. It is yours.
First of all, did anyone ever question why the benevolent grandfather was sent back to hell? Anyway, kind of a batshit crazy if you ask me. Okay, so people with weird powers. It's a lot more craziness in Pet Sematary than I was expecting. Not so scary, but a good WTF movie for the library. Okay, bonus scene. This is supposed to be a Soviet medical experiment where they kept the head of a real dog alive without a body. Now that's a zombie dog. Watch it here. Boop.
The isolated head lives on for hours and reacts to external stimuli.